Well, this is episode 12 on Friday, July 10th, in part of back to back episodes for the Pine Show with Agyemang on YouTube. I'm your anchor host, Agyemang, and I was not on the YouTube for my show for a couple of weeks, so it's good to be back. And let's get on to the recap and review of the coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, starting with June 28th. South Africa versus Canada 0-1. So Canada moves on to 16th. And then June 29th, Brazil versus Japan. Final score is 2-1. Germany versus Paraguay in a 1-1 tie. They go on to penalties. So 3 for Germany and 4 Paraguay. So Paraguay wins and moves on. Next up, Netherlands versus Morocco. Still 1-1 tie, and they go on to the penalties again, 2-3. 2 for Netherlands and 3 for Morocco. So Morocco wins and moves on. Coyote d'Ivoire versus Norway. Final score for June 30th, 1-2. Norway wins and moves on. France versus Sweden, 3-0. So France is moving on. Mexico versus Ecuador, 2-0. Mexico moves on. Now for July 1st. In part of the Canada Day, final score is England versus DR Congo, 2-1. England wins and moves on. USA versus Bosnia, 2-0. So USA moves on too. Belgium versus Senegal, 3-2. Now for the July 2nd. Belgium moves on to the second round. July 2nd, the second one for this match is Spain versus Austria, 3-0. So Austria goes home. Spain is moving on. Portugal versus Croatia. Despite with the Luka score, that was not a goal, it was offside. So that is a very heartbreaking and shocking for Croatia ending this streams to move on to round 16. But unfortunately, Portugal wins with 2 goals, including Cristiano Ronaldo scored his first goal in the knockout stage of round 32. 2-1 final score. So Portugal moves on 16th, and Croatia in a brutal, heartbreaking elimination goes home. Very emotional. Switzerland versus Algeria. Final score 2-0. Yeah, it is. Argentina versus Kwabena, including the goalie, his final appearance for World Cup, is going home with 2 goals, and Argentina wins with 3 goals, including Lionel Messi. They show the respect and to Congo and to the goalkeeper for all he has done for many, many years in the past in the World Cup appearances around the world to perform to support the Congo Cabo team. So, an emotional thank him for all he has done. I wish him the best in his retirement for that goalkeeper. What a legend. So, July 3rd, Australia versus Egypt, final score 1-1 tie and head on to penalties. 2 for Australia and 4 for Egypt. So Egypt is moving on. By the way, Argentina is moving on. I forgot about that to mention. And lastly, Colombia versus Ghana. It's very hard to see Ghana going home like this with no goal. But I'm very proud and love for Ghana for all they done, putting more effort and support for the Ghana football team. Those in Ghana in the studio, I know is not a good sign and not a good look result to see this, like only Colombia score a goal in the 10 minutes opener after beginning of the clock in the first half. Man, man. Cal Yakershi, what happened? I don't know. Man, it's very hard to get this. But Colombia, man, Colombia outsmarted Ghana with one goal. And Ghana is going home. I'm very proud for Ghana. Medase to Ghana football team. And God will see you on 2030th for Morocco's World Cup. Maybe they will qualify again. So I'm very proud for this team of Ghana. And hopefully they will meet again. So Colombia moves on his final slot for round 16, and it's all set. So it's Canada, Portugal, Norway, Mexico, USA, Spain, Switzerland, Argentina, Brazil, Morocco, France, England, Belgium, Portugal, Egypt, and Colombia. All the round of 32 final scores are completed. So the round 16, I will continue on the next episode in a part of back-to-back episodes. So stay tuned for episode 13 right after this 12. Okay, people, that's the FIFA World Cup recap and review of the round 16 coverage. That we look all the final scores in full time from June 28th to July 3rd. And man, oh man, things are getting heated right now. So we're gonna pause for a break, and onto the second half. You need to go see the movies this weekend, and the topic and debate of the week returns, and a new breaking story. Vision has first ever joined Canada for a competition for next year's Vision Song Contest 2027 in Bulgaria. Coming up on the second half right after this on the Fun Show with Kwabena. Don't go away. Thanks for watching the first half. My brother Kofi, I saw for the first time in the past years that I got a chance to see Kofi, to visit for 3 days in Calgary. Yeah, 3 days. Before Sunday, I will going back home and to see a new home. And if you want to take a look on that new home in 61 Housemount and the downtown Calgary, Alberta, where we sit and we discover in Calgary, Alberta, the nicer place in the province in Alberta. So take a look.
So it's going to face each other like that. A twin building. Almost you want Nakama, I'm a Nakaba.
One I prepare now money you buy.
No, I'm the Baham, catching Mukada Sana members, but I don't care. So, managers, no more cars are when you're champions, they will do whatever they want.
How do you have that?
Oh no, I'm quite easy. But the other one, I say, no, you mostly on the roads and you do a lot of driving. Where they always share Hanum. But just say maybe you do a lot of arrest and you have to do a lot of paperwork because what does you have to do paperwork.
I got it downtown.
Yeah, downtown. I say, will be anybody that comes in the court side and no, you are inside. We have cars. Say you have there's cars. We are building no question. We have cars. You know the baby on Bohok. Yeah. Yeah. Dabi, kabri ya menshada ndimo mutu ma. Ba me ba downtown me hu mo.
Studio no area there.
Studio no menshada.
All right. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Very nice, huh? Okay, people, we are back in the second half on the episode 12, Friday, July 10th, on the Blind Show with Kwabena Agyemang. So, what's going on to go see the movies this weekend? Minions and Monsters. What else? The Invite. And also on streaming for Netflix and Prime Video, Enola Holmes, and from the prequel of Legally Blonde starring Reese Witherspoon with a new cast that could fill her shoes. It's Lexi Minitree Ellie is on Prime Video. So watch these movies, including streaming on Netflix and Prime Video, is available now for Minions and Monsters, The Invite, and All Homes and Ellie is on Cineplex, AMC, and for UK, Cineworld and Odeon Cinemas. For streaming on Prime Video and Netflix throughout the world. So, and leave the comments down below what you think of it. Plus the streaming. what you think of Enola Holmes, Millie Bobby Brown, and the story of Enola and the marriage between Texbury, Enola, and Texbury, and Ellie throughout her history. His theme was color pink. That's Reese Witherspoon's favorite color. Chose pink. Illegally blonde, and Lexi Minitree's color pink is her favorite. Like Reese Witherspoon liked in a Legally Blonde in a prequel of Ellie. I guess. Yeah. Okay. So that's the movies, the entertainment, and the streaming for the entertainment update. Now, here is the topic and debate of the week. And the topic of the week is I selected Olive Garden. This Italian restaurant, it was based in United States of America, where they opened for the first ever in the GTA was Von Mills. And the last few days ago, I've been there. And I see the building. The interior was kind of spaced out in a different smaller like 450 inches like or 500 feet 500 square inside the mall with the restaurant. It looks kind of different, but outside the interior it looks like we're in America, but this is Canada in Olive Garden, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the first ever Greater Toronto Area open Olive Garden after Alberta and British Columbia. So they heard the news. They acquired was Recipe Industry for the Olive Garden to expand here in Ontario and other future provinces like Quebec or Manitoba in the years to come to bring Olive Garden to Canada. So they opened last week on June 29th, 2026, 2 weeks ago. So that sparked many people lined up and got there on time, and they enjoy it, and I enjoy it too because I've been there. I've been to Olive Garden 4 or 5 times because I've been to Olive Garden in the Buffalo, New York, right beside of the mall, um, where the Dunkin' Donuts. So that was in Buffalo, New York. There's an Olive Garden, and secondly, the Olive Garden in Calgary was in Crawford. Between from the Grey Brew House of Canada in it's not Deerfoot City. It's it's where the Calgary Transit, the railroad train, the light rail train, right all the way to Sunrise Mall, where Hudson's Bay, the yeah, that I've been there, and I ate this restaurant Olive Garden in Calgary 2 or 3 times when I drove my first ever own my former Buick Envision, and before my car is gone with that incident happened. So I do miss the car. So Olive Garden, I will always love to come and do it again if they bring it to Ontario. in the future years to come. Well, they happen, and they did it by recipes company have acquired Olive Garden to do this expansion here in Ontario and Quebec and Manitoba in many years to come. And take a look what we've got. We got Ontario, Vaughan Mills' first ever GTA Open in 2 weeks ago. It was Olive Garden. Made made this store debut in GTA with the first ever location in Ontario is Vaughan. Olive Garden. I will come there and I'll bring my friends or family to enjoy this experience of Olive Garden right here in Ontario. That's what I experienced in Alberta. And yeah, I've been in Alberta in Calgary for where the Olive Garden they have very close to the Calgary downtown. So it's in Crawford or Crawford, yeah. We're closer to Livingston, far away from Livington, where my brother is used to live with my parents' company for for my brother to take care of. So he is living right now in Livingston, Calgary. It's because he's not going anywhere. So one day I'll be in Alberta when I return in the future years to come. Because right now, kind of mid of lay low to stay far away from Alberta for now. So one day I'll be back in Alberta, Canada, and we'll see how it goes. But right now I've finally returned my home, Ontario, Canada, where I belong. So, and the Olive Garden, I will always come back and enjoy a wonderful restaurant. Hopefully it doesn't close this Olive Garden for years in the future. I hope it doesn't happen. Let's keep the profit going for Recipe Company after acquiring Olive Garden to bring it here in Ontario and to build more new stores for Quebec, Manitoba, or anywhere else. We'll see the profit goes for Olive Garden to the Recipes Industry Company, who own KFC, Pizza Hut, and everything McDonald's. That is headquarters in Vaughan, Recipe, this building. Let's see if Olive Garden will continue to make more expansion right here in Canada. Okay, that's the topic and debate of the week is Olive Garden. Olive Garden Canada has arrived with the first ever open. GTA Vaughan in 2 weeks ago. Bravissimo Olive Garden to welcoming to Canada, Ontario, first ever Italian restaurant. And you see the picture right there. Enjoying chicken parmesan. Didn't order the tiramisu, so next time I'll eat tiramisu because this is my favorite dessert that I ever experienced and tasted, like ever before. So yeah, it's kind of great to bring back the resurrection from the United States version into a Canada version of Olive Garden. Thanks to Recipe Industry Company, have acquired the rights for the Olive Garden, brought to the United States, and make it to the Canada expansion after Alberta and British Columbia has. Now they got the expansion rights to make a new store's creation, like in GTA in Vaughan Mills. Now they do the next one, could be in Quebec or Ottawa. We'll see how it goes. in the upcoming future years before end of this year of 2026? Will they build more Olive Garden in Ottawa or in Quebec or Montreal or in Winnipeg, Manitoba? Let's let's see for the profit for Olive Garden and recipe industry goes into a positive way. Okay, topic debate of the week done. Now the last one is I have to keep this recording to make sure it doesn't go off. Is breaking story Eurovision. Eurovision welcoming to Canada on his first ever competition will be beginning next year in Bulgaria for Eurovision Song Contest 2027. It's Canada. We are excited for Eurovision, yeah, because this year they got it right. They win 2026 Eurovision Song Contest is Bulgaria wins and pass the torch to Austrian's singer and to that woman, man, and they got possibly right. They didn't rant. They didn't go for rant or boycott with this pick of the winner. So Bulgarian wins the 2026 Eurovision Song Contest. And now next year there will be hosts in your country, your city, Bulgaria. Yeah, with the winner. So she will defend this champion by someone in Bulgarian competition, a competitor. Would it be? So Canada, be prepared for next year. And who's gonna represent Canada in one song by so many votes for next year to cheer for Canada? Will they win the first ever song contest for Canada in a miracle way for next year? We'll see. We'll see. Let's hope to God for Canada do for next year for Eurovision 2027 take place in Bulgaria for the song contest competition. Who can make it to the semifinals and grand finals in a bigger stage way? Okay, that you heard from Prime Minister Mark Carney during the Canada Day speech, announcing the breaking story announcement that Eurovision has first ever joined Canada for next year's 2027 Eurovision Song Contest. It will take place in Bulgaria. Bulgaria, yeah. So that's great for the people of Canada hearing the news for Eurovision. I hope they will get it better right for next year and never mess this up. Just like last time 2025 was awful. Was awful with the votings, got out of control, and people in the comments are pissed off. So Australia wins. In Switzerland, and this year was Vienna, Australia. Vienna was hosting this Eurovision Song Contest 2026. Is Vienna. 2025 was in Switzerland. Well, Switzerland, yeah. This woman led to that singer should have won in her home country of Switzerland. But it was ruined and rigged, this voting system, to Australia. Yep, Australia wins. Oh man. Anyway, sorry about that. The nose just keep flowing outside my nose. So excuse me about that. Anyways, gonna wrap up this episode 13 right here on YouTube. If you like me, you can follow me on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Prime Show. My name is Kwabena Agyemang, and thank you guys for watching for episode 13. And stay tuned for episode 13 on that's episode 12. That's episode 12 on the previous episode. So 13, this is it. So see you on episode 14 when the Prime Show with Kwabena 10th anniversary season back-to-back episodes continues. It's on next episode 14. We can continue for the FIFA World Cup round 16 recap. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you episode 14 right after this. And stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching on the episode.